Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Ripple executives hosting on-demand liquidity discussion live stream next week. That's the headline from Alex Cobb's website, the XRP Daily, my fellow XRP YouTuber. I also want to talk to you about David Schwartz and Polysign. You guys remember Polysign, right? It's not in the news too frequently, but something popped up on my Twitter feed, and so I thought I'd share a little bit of this with you, but it has to do with a couple of the creators of XRP, David Schwartz and Arthur Britto. But before we go any further here, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you are a fan of David Schwartz and Arthur Britto, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, the best channel on all of YouTube. And that's not opinion, that is fact, that is science. All right, let's go ahead and jump in now. So again, Ripple executives hosting on-demand liquidity discussion live stream next week. Next week, SVP at Ripple, Ashish Birla, and Ginger Baker, Senior Director of Product, will be hosting an on-demand liquidity live stream titled Building a Real-Time Settlement in Your Business. The live stream will take place on February 5th, 2020 at 8 a.m. PST. It will be interesting to see if any information that is not publicly known about on-demand liquidity gets released through this live stream. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know what they're going to talk about. It's fun to speculate on these types of things, but I will definitely be all over this. I will be happy to cover it the day that it's out. Anyway, and then here it's, if you want to know all the information about this upcoming webinar, head over to ripple.com/ODL-webinar. So looks like anybody can actually watch and check this out. And so with the XRP community being as engaged as it is, I'm sure many of us will be watching it as it is indeed live streaming. And as long as I don't have any business meetings, I'll probably be doing the same. All right, next here. Oh, here's a tweet. This is another thing from David Schwartz. He commented on this. Isn't the primary David Schwartz Twitter thread or comment that I wanted to share with you, but take a look at this from XRP Phoenix on Twitter, and he's got this little Ripple bottle here, and he writes, "Now they're revolutionizing milk too. Way to go, David Schwartz and Brad Garlinghouse. Smart move." And you see what they did there? MOO, get it? VE, smart move. But I like it. Anyway, I like corny humor, though. But yeah, anyway, so Ripple Milk. And actually, I think I have seen that before. And then somebody named Rob Liker responded to XRP Phoenix and wrote, "I see it all the time at Whole Foods. Will there be any copyright issues over the name?" To which the real David Schwartz, co-creator of the XRP Ledger and CTO at Ripple, he did respond and wrote, "It would be a trademark issue, but no, we're in completely different spaces." Yes, and I do remember that from being an undergrad at college. Yes, if you're in different spaces, even if you have a trademark, as cited there, and as I recalled, you're not going to confuse an end user, a retailer or consumer, by having the same name in completely unrelated product categories or services, whatever it may be. So no, a non-issue. Next, take a look at this. This is from Stuart XRP. Polysign is in early beta and will launch in 2020. So the exciting thing is, because I haven't talked about Polysign in a long time, and they're going to be in the news more this year. That much is certain after reading this. But how many of you do know anything about them or recall them? Because again, they're not cited too frequently. But take a look at this. Here, actually, let me just pull up their website first and read just this first sentence. Polysign's custody solution supports the full spectrum of digital assets and is designed to scale to trillions under management. And so they're doing something special that they're keeping close to their chest here. They started their little startup in stealth mode, and they're not letting out a whole lot of information here, but take a look at this again. And this is again from Stuart XRP. Jack McDonald is CEO of Polysign Inc., where leaders from both the cryptocurrency and financial services spaces are building the global standard for institutional digital asset custody. Polysign is in early beta and will launch in 2020. So it's finally coming out. And so they were founded in 2017. And take a look at this. I want to share this with you. So Arthur Britto, there are no pictures of him on the entire internet. Nothing on the Webernets. Crazy, right? He's like he's the opposite of social media. Take a look at this, and let me share this with you, because they've got a picture of the of employees here in the board. So check this out. This is under the About section on their page. Our mission: to build the global standard for institutional digital asset custody. Founded in 2017, Polysign has luminaries in both the cryptocurrency and financial services space working to solve the biggest problem in crypto today, which is custody. We're paving the way for digital assets to become more mainstream, and we've got the team to do it. And you can see there's Jack McDonald, who I showed you just a second ago, and he was the one that cited that indeed Polysign is going to be launched this calendar year, 2020. And then you've got Arthur Britto here, who is a co-creator of the XRP ledger, and here's a picture of him. No, there's not. The square where there would be a picture, it just says Arthur Britto next to his name, Arthur Britto. And so you can see the rest of the team here. They've all got pictures, but not Arthur Britto. And he's so hush. He doesn't let anything out. He's never been interviewed that I'm aware. I've never seen anything from him. There are a couple comments, I think, maybe on like old Bitcoin forums or something along those. That's about it, though. He is a very private individual there. But just knowing that there's like basically another David Schwartz out there, and we don't get to hear from him ever. Come on, Arthur, come out of hiding. What's going on here? But here's how he's described on the website. Arthur Britto co-founded Ripple and designed the XRP ledger. Ripple has grown to over $30 billion in assets in just 5 years. Prior to Ripple, Arthur was CEO of Information Access Technologies, Inc., one of the first ISPs. Arthur is a renowned technical leader in the digital assets space. Indeed, so just another genius, just another one. I tell you, tons of them over at Ripple, right? And so, as I'm telling you, there will be a notable integration of XRP. So I understand that their custody solution, it's going to benefit other cryptos and this and that. Okay, fine, super duper, but it should be very good for XRP. And David Schwartz, he's on here too. He's a board member. You can see David Schwartz is CTO at Ripple along with Arthur Britto. David was one of the original architects of the Ripple Consensus Network. Prior to joining Ripple, David Schwartz was a CTO for Webmaster Incorporated, a Santa Clara software developer. He developed encrypted cloud storage and enterprise messaging systems for organizations like CNN and the National Security Agency. Yes, the NSA. For those of you that didn't know, he worked for the NSA. So there you go. And he was in an interview at some point. It may have been, I can't even remember. It might have been calendar year 2019, maybe late 2018. But he was asked about Polysign, and he was just so excited. He's like, "Oh God, I really wish that I could tell you. There's so much I would just love to talk about right now." But I'd signed an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and so whatever the hell it is that they're doing, it is extra super duper top secret. But it won't be secret forever. We'll get to find out once they launch, and then we'll go from there. And here is this article, too, because everybody in the world, at least the world of crypto, is wondering, so who is this Arthur Britto guy? And here's an article from April 29th of 2019 titled, "It's Time to Bring an End to the Rumors About Ripple's Anonymous Co-Founder." Perhaps in a world of self-promotion and glory-seeking, it's hard to understand why a prominent inventor chooses to take extreme measures to remain obscure. Yeah. Well, I wish that he wouldn't, because I'd love to hear. I mean, look, he's one of the freaking creators of XRP. I would love to hear more from him. Anyway, indeed, crypto chat rooms are awash with questions about why Arthur Britto, the elusive co-developer of XRP, Ripple, has never been interviewed, photographed, or spoken in public forums. Rumors, or better put, conspiracies, have circulated that he does not exist. Yet the mystery of Arthur Britto has a surprisingly straightforward resolution. At its essence, the answer lies in appreciating that not everyone seeks or can handle fame. Despite being an anomaly among his peers, Ripple Labs, the blockchain payment services firm closely linked to XRP has respected Britto's desire to stay out of the limelight. And here are the facts. He exists. There's no question that Britto is real. Alan Safai, a former advisor to Ripple, confirmed he'd met Britto many times and told the block, he's superb, one of the smartest people I've ever met. He's an oracle. Ripple's communications team also confirmed Britto's true name and identity. It is unclear what his nationality is, but sources ruled out that he was British. It's important to tread with due sensitivity when it comes to his motivations for remaining so private. Ripple's communications team explained being in management can, quote, take its toll, hinting at potential health challenges. Arthur is an introvert and super private, a spokesperson added. He has no desire to be a public figure due to personal reasons. Safai added, he's just in it for the technology. While admittedly unusual to have your photo thumbnail blank, Britto wishes to avoid being recognized. And so there you go. It is funny to me, especially in 2020. He won't even have a frickin' picture. Again, I pull it up again, where the photo thumbnail should be on the leadership team. It just says his name in a block. You gotta love it, though. I respect his desire to be private, though. It's perfectly fine. I'm just being selfish and wishing that he'd be a little bit more public out there. But I certainly don't blame him. I don't have any qualms with that. Of course not. But anyway, I'll wrap it up there, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because if anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambeau!